14 is the huddle. That's the day of the NCAA Final Four, and she wants to get the team ready for that. And there's a big block by Sarah Mason. She gets on McGee, St. Joe's High School out of Hilo. Moriarty goes to McGee again. Good pass this time by Watanabe. And that time, as you said earlier, Sanders didn't quite adjust that set that was not in just the perfect spot. Acevedo this time into the bottom of the net.
Hawaii's got to score points off of a Texas error.
Well, Texas got 5 service errors. Now they got 6 service errors. And Christian gets blocked. Good coverage by Allison Jennings. Out of the back row comes Acevedo hitting the pipe shot. And Sarah Mason gets dug up by Jennings. Jennings is everywhere. A human vacuum cleaner in the back row. And there's Mason again up front. Oh, Sarah Mason.
Stepping in from the left side, reaching over, and definitely getting a huge piece of that ball.
Hawaii up 3-2. Bump set up by Moriarty. The ball hit out by Jen Christian.
They would love to swap rosters a little bit.
Kind of create a dream team.
There you go. There you go. Bogart with a nice swing. Good dig up by Acevedo. A back quick set and net violation that time on Sarah Mason.
Penetrate their hands over the net.
And McGee serves that one out. Right, Jamie and Jen, that Hawaii had better take advantage of this. And here's Mason again. Blocking the slide maneuver by Armstrong.
And just penetrated her hands over the net.
And this time coming out, and Prince load up on Jen Christian. Hawaii finding some chinks in the Texas Longhorn armor. And we'll take a break because Jared Elliott has seen enough. Making the trips from across the ocean. And here's Prince getting up a little bit late on that one as Armstrong puts it down. And on track here in game 2, Hawaii has played better. And Bogart out to Mason. Mason gives it a good swing, and nobody covers her. Hall in the game. Short serve. Good short serve. Mason's got to come up and take it. Prince with a cover. Moriarty. There's a touch by Arnott in the back, and Jen Christian gets the 6th point. Mason a good pass this time. Back set to Prince. She gets blocked by Christian. Pipe set out of the back row to Acevedo. She's not even come close on that one. She does. She's got a good rhythm right now. Service ace by Sarah Mason. Here you see Mason, another good swing. That time passed up perfectly by Jennings. This time goes cross court to Leticia Armstrong. She touches about 10-2 or 3, and that time she just jumped a little too high and hit it too hard.
And Jared Elliott's not wasting any time, bringing Jennifer Todd from Washington State, the transfer from Washington State. She's coming into the match here, and she has all season come in to replace Leticia Armstrong when Leticia's a little too amped.
So 2 former teammates going against each other right now. Victoria Prince and Jen Todd, right?
That's right. Victoria Prince was actually redshirting, I believe, when Jennifer Todd was a freshman at Washington State, but they were on the roster at the same time.
And then each team has a University of Oregon defector as well.
Both outside hitters, yes. Daria Macevedo and Sarah Mason were both Oregon outside hitters and then transferred on to Hawaii and Texas.
There's Texas with a chance to score, but that time the set a little bit too wide, and Jen Todd hits the antenna. There's Prince with her jump serve, gets it in. Jennings taking a lot of court in her passing, and here is Acevedo. She's a pretty good jumper. She does not hit the ball very high over the net, and that ball goes in deep corner by Jamie Houston.
I fling the ball right through the seam of the Texas block and into the deep left corner.
Moriarty out. Kamana'o with the dig, and Bogart tries to do a little bit too much with it. And Bogart is the alternate setter.
Bump set.
Both teams hitting negative right now. Very interesting. 2 powerhouses. Sanders can't put it down. There's Acevedo. She gets dug by Watanabe. Here goes Bogart. She hits it out of bounds. Asking for a touch. Doesn't get it. And another error. Offensive show in game 2 for either side. Sanders finally puts one down. Juliana needs to get on track. If I'm not mistaken, that is Juliana Sanders' first kill. Houston with a good float. Nice pass from Christian. What a good slide maneuver by McGee again. Here's Acevedo down to Mason. Mason, a high pass, makes it tough for Kamana'o. But Mason goes up and finds a way to trickle the ball through the block of Paulini and McGee. Hawaii up 14-11 here in game number 2. The bubblegum chewing Prince ever going through sticks and sticks of gum. She should get a sponsor for that. Well, that might be illegal. Out of the back row, Acevedo gets dug by Arnott. Good bump set from Mason, and Bogard loops a little rainbow shot into the corner. Texas looks a little befuddled there.
Found in that deep right back corner.
This time Jennings, a rare bad pass from Jennings, and here's a tip shot brought up by Kaminau. Bump set from Bogard, and Mason takes a swing and gets a touch. By the way, and here's Watanabe serving out of the timeout, making Texas work for it. Christian hits it right on the back line. Good floater, Watanabe. Up for Hawaii can run a play. Prince hits it right down the line. Overpass. Mason at 6'3". She can tiptoe and put that one down over the 7'4" net.
Mason showing no signs of kind of pain or slowed down from those 2 ankle injuries she's had this year. She's getting her feet to the ball and doing a very good job in the front row for the Hawaii offense.
High school.
Fellow Sailor.
Another Sailor, and Jen Carey also another Sailor. And here comes Acevedo with a good dig right up to where Moriarty likes it. And she just surprises Hawaii with the dump shot, and Texas creeps back to 14-17.
And here you can see Acevedo's dig is just a little bit too tight. It almost looked like that was all Moriarty could do with the ball.
And Prince counters with a little off-speed cutback shot.
And the Longhorn.
Not a bad place to put it, because the person who's got to dig it is the setter. Here's Watanabe with a good cover. Prince gets up quickly.
That's what Kanoi Kaminau loves to do. She loves getting the ball to Victoria Prince in the middle, and then Victoria has such great court sense, she knows where the open spots are.
Great pass from Kylie Hall. Good cover from Kylie Hall. And here's Hawaii with a chance to score in transition. Good pass from Houston. Back to Jamie Houston, and she takes a rip, dug up by Acevedo. Joust at the net, won by Jamie Houston. Yeah, it's a pretty cool organized cheer.
Well, they've been kind of quiet tonight.
Well, in the second game at least, Hawaii up 20-14. Blocked by Kaminau. Smart play by Jen Christian. Most people do try to pick on Kanoi Kaminau, but you know what? She's a fireball at 5'8". She plays like she's 6'3", Jen Carey.
We talked about this before the match. Kanoi Kaminau should not be taken lightly as a blocker. She has a great vertical. She gets her hands up and over the net and turns that ball right back into the Texas defense.
Oh, and what a stuff block that time by Jamie Houston.
They're just getting in the way.
So Hawaii up 6 blocks to 2 in that battle at the net. And here comes Christian. 14 up by 8. Pass by Bogard way off the net. Kaminau is up to Houston, and Houston takes a swing, but dug up by Christian. Moriarty to Acevedo, dug up by Bogard. Houston, no approach at all.
No approach. Again, Kim Willoughby, this girl has hops. She can get up in the air. Kanoi Kaminau doing a good job of finding her inside, and just Jamie just ripping a ball off the Texas defense.
Hawaii ties their biggest lead with 23-15, up by 8, and Prince quickly gives the point back. You know, I think Prince is avoiding hitting the ball to Allison Jennings. She's such a bounce. Here's Jennings with the jump serve. Pass. Watanabe, and not a good set by Kaminau. She thought it was going to be an A set. It was a C set, right?
Yeah, it looked like it was supposed to be a back one, a short set right behind the hitter, but Juliana looked like she was going for the slide, the game replacing Sanders.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. The different middle in the game. Here's Houston goes up. Just gets a touch on the block. The ball's dug up by Kylie Hall. Should have been plenty of time for Christian to get her hands on it, but she could not get it, nor could Moriarty. Game 2. On ace by Kaminau, that tough little floater. Kylie Hall could not handle it right now. Hawaii talking a lot. You can almost tell who's leading and who's behind. Acevedo tries a little tip shot. Bogard with a set to Houston. A joust at the net, dug up by Bogard. Coming out with a bump set. Houston again, a no-step approach. Standing jump. Looks like the ball was down. It was called by a linesman.
Impressed with her court presence tonight.
And finally, Hawaii gets and blocks Brandy McGee. That's been a tall task tonight.
He's going to Andrew here.
Well, Andrew's going to set it to 4 to the outside. Gets blocked by Bogard. Here's a dump shot. And Andrew might get away with it. Yes, she does. Number 2. Hiddle, not a good pass. 12-foot line. Bogard's got to scramble to get a great set by coming out with McGee up front. Oh, a service ace by Arnott.
Flip-flop from game 1. In game 1, Texas dominated in all areas, and in game 2, Hawaii is dominating in all areas.
And Jen Christian launches that one out of bounds, and Hawaii dominates in game number 2, 30-18 after getting beat 30-19 in game number 1. We are all tied up. It is down to a best 2 out of 3. Glad you're with us wherever you are. We've got ourselves one great battle.